Well, good morning and welcome back to the allotment and the channel. I'm Mal, known as the Veg Plot Man, and I'm back down feeling a little bit better than what I have done over these last sort of 5 days or so, 6 days. It seems like a lot of people have had this bug, but felt a lot better yesterday. Managed to come down, do a few little jobs, and just thrown a little bit more wood onto here for the burning. I just thought I'd explain this because a lot of people have mentioned in the comments that these pallets are really good and, you know, maybe somebody could make use of them. I've deliberately collected these pallets from my workplace. They've been having some work done in one of the units, and these have been outside, and deliberately collected them along with some of the packing cases that we've used in the past for paving, purely and simply because we need to get a really big fire going here to burn all the branches. So to do that, we've got to have a really good heart to the fire, so we've got to have plenty of timber. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to move this back into that area there and have another fire hopefully this weekend. So normally we would stack pallets up and keep them there, but at the end of the day these are to do a specific job. Right, now I need to nip down to the plot and show you what I've got up to yesterday. So yes, managed to muster up a little bit of energy yesterday, and I was down here for about, I would say, 2-3 hours, and the plot's certainly looking tidier for it. As you can see here, there's a yellow mark. I've been round the allotment site and put a yellow mark on the track for all those plots that are currently available and that need work, so that they're easily identifiable. As you can see, clear up continues. Unfortunately, I left this postcrete outside and it's gone off, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. And here we are. Morning, Lily. Still a bit croaky, but soldiering on. Right, so what I've managed to get done is I've managed to clear completely all of this side here, and as you can see down there, the rats must have got hold of one of the crookneck squash and devoured it. But now all this is clear, and I've also moved some of the timber, and I'll explain what I'm going to use that for shortly. I've moved some of the timber up into the sun shelter just to keep dry. So the only thing I've got to do now is get a little bit of manure for Lily's bed. Had a fire going yesterday, burnt all the scrap wood that I needed, and also burnt some of the dahlia tops as well. So yeah, we are looking very, very clean indeed. Let me get that top. People always ask me, what's that for, Mal? And it's to put over the top of my fire to keep whatever it is I put in there dry. But I haven't got a clue what that was used for. No idea. Yeah, so as I say, looking tidy, quite pleased. And I actually made a start on the shed, starting to get that cleared, but all the beds are looking brilliant. I think one of my Savoys has blown there, but not to worry. I did a little bit more pruning on the buddleia there as well. A little bit of manure around the sprouts. I think I'm touch and go with them sprouts. I think I'm touch and go. I might get some at Christmas, might not. But yes, I'm down to get these down. Right, yeah, as you can see, Dahlia Avenue, it was becoming a bit of a trip hazard. So I've cut these right back. I'm just waiting for that little frost just to blacken them off, and then I can get them out and I can get them drying in the greenhouse. Then I can get them tidied up and then packaged away for the winter. So as you can see, the chair has gone from inside the sun shelter and that's gone in the shed. I've brought these timbers up because I'm going to be using these to enhance and decorate the shed. You might remember I got a load of those like pallet tops and the lovely nice pieces. I think it's pine, nice lengths of pine. They were down there and now the weather's coming in. I didn't want these to get ruined because I think I'm going to use them in the shed. Keep off this grass, don't want that getting boggy. So that's all stacked in here for now. What I'll do is I'll take you through and show you how far we've got with the shed, but you sort of tidy one place and then another place gets messy because I've taken everything that was in the shed out into the greenhouse. I'll take you across to the shed first. Right, yeah, as I say, I came down and I had to go. I need to sort this door out because I'm not, it's a bit too heavy duty. Right, so the shed now is completely empty. And I was sat in here yesterday and I thought to myself, yeah, this is how it really needs to stay. You know, having cupboards and this, that and the other in here just sort of like takes up too much room. It's only, I'd say, I think this is about 8, well, it's just short of 8 by 8. And I did that because it meant that it worked out in terms of getting the sheetings for the roof. But yeah, so I don't want to pack too much into it. I was talking about putting a bench in here, fixed bench. But then all of a sudden, I thought, well, now that's, you know, your flexibility is going to go then because you've got fixed seating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these seats that I've got and maybe try and get another one to go on this side. So there's 2 there. All I need in here is probably a little table there. And then what I'm thinking is here, up this side, is putting the width of a scaffold board coming up and then having some shelves at the top. And I can put my little bits and pieces on there and the cooker can actually go on there as well for the kettle. And I think that's probably all I'm going to do. But what I'm thinking of doing is, you know, the timber I've just shown you. I'm in 2 minds of actually recladding these walls. I don't know, what do you think? Am I just creating work for myself doing that? And then I thought about putting down a new floor over the top of these tiles. I don't know. But, yeah, still a lot to do. Do you think I should paint it? Or do you think these colours are okay? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Right, as you can see here, everything that's come out of there, I've just thrown into the greenhouse because it was the easiest place to go. What I think I could do is, instead of building a shelf system, is maybe put that up on the wall, fix it to the wall. And I've always had this. I don't know where I found this. I don't know where I found it. That lifts up. I don't know. I think that that's something you'd have in a church. And I think that, you know, when they're putting the numbers for the hymns on, I think the numbers might have been kept in here. And then they put the numbers up of whatever the hymn was. And that's just me guessing. I'm not sure. Dog basket here. I can't throw it away. We used to have a little Yorkshire Terrier called Tilly. and that were a bed. We had to have her put down. Unfortunately, she was 17 and she'd gone blind and she were deaf and had a bit of dementia, so heartbreaking to do. So I can't throw that away, so I need to bring that in and use that for something. So any suggestions, let me know. This is going home to wrap my bananas. But yes, so I've sorted that area out and moved the mess over to here. But what I want to do today is I want to try and just get these pots packed away. So, I mean, I sorted all these buckets out yesterday. I haven't got a clue what that is. Have you? Like little rubber ends, little soft rubber. I won't throw it away. I sorted the buckets out yesterday. But I need to try and get these in here. Now, I'm watching out for rolling rat. Just in case, you never know. This is how they catch you unawares when you're not thinking about it. This is some old netting that I had. To that. You've got... No, there's nothing there. I'm thinking is... Put these here. I mean, I've got these pots here. I don't know. Well, no, they will come in handy because I tend to put my canners in these if I want any on the patio at home. So that can go there like that. I've got glass in here as well, spare greenhouse glass. So, right. I'll get rid of that rubber there. These are the tomato pots that I used, so I definitely want to keep those. That fits lovely. These definitely have to keep because they're for my peppers. I love this colour. I think it's like aubergine, isn't it? So I'm not throwing them away because they might come in at home. Shut that door. Ladders. Still haven't thought about what I can do with these. I've got, they sort of interlock. See that there? You just interlock with each other. I used to have these as steps in my garden, in the middle part. I used to have some wide steps that went down from one lawn to the other. And then I brought them here, and they were on the back greenhouse, in front of the greenhouse as a sort of like a stepping stone. But they're too good to throw away, aren't they? So I'm going to have to work something out. This net is rubbish, so I'm going to get that burnt because they're only little bits. love doing a bit of strimming. Just trim those weeds back off there, just so's I'll wait till they come up next year, and then I'll get some of the vinegar weed killer to put down. But these are all the little jobs. These are the little jobs that make the place look a little bit neater over the winter. I don't like mess. I think you might have gathered that. So it into a pile there, and that looks better. You know, just for that little clean up there, that looks miles better. So I can put the chairs back in here now. As you can see, I'm not doing too much because, as I said to you last week, if you overdo it, whatever this bug was, it tends to come back and bite you. That's empty. Let's get rid of that. It tends to come back and bite you. So I'm just taking my time. There's no rush. We've got, what have we got? Best part of 4 months of winter to come. So I've come down here today to get this done and do the filming today, because at the weekend, hopefully, you'll be watching this on Sunday. It's now Friday. But hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of us started on those half plots, which I want to do straight away, because we've got a waiting list and we want to get the brass in. A lot of people have differing opinions with regards to us doing the work and at least getting the plots down to a reasonable level, so that new plot holders had a little bit of a start. I've got quite a few nightmare stories where people have come in and the plots have been up here, and some of them have just said, you know, they've gone with it with good intentions but not been able to stick it and they've left. Others have ploughed through, and yeah, it is really satisfying. My plot wasn't in very good condition, you know, that were up here, and it is satisfying when you've done it and you get it to how I've got it now. But not everybody's got that staying power, and it's a shame that they fall at an early hurdle. You know, a lot of them fail before they've even put a plant in the ground. So yeah, thanks for all your comments on that, and yeah, it's the way that we've decided to do it. You know, we need to get the money in so we can make the improvements we want to do. So hopefully I'll be cracking on while you're watching this now. I might actually be out there doing it. Well, that looks much better. Much better. I tell you what does get on my nerves. This bunting. It don't stay down. Drives me mad. I've even stapled it underneath, but they still blow up. Does me head in. I know, that's me. It's not normal, is it? Right, what I'm going to do now is, I took you on that first walk and we went down and up the middle track and ended up at the community hut. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you on the far walk, which is the other side of the plot, and the third track, and that's where we've got most of, well, really bad plots. So let's go for a little wander. These boots are made for walking. That's what they're gonna do. These boots are made for walking. I'll walk all over you. Don't give up your day job, Mal. Right, so on the bottom track here, heading round towards the far track, the one that Martin's on, and I'll show you these. There's some quite bad ones, to be fair. I've just actually been walking around there and caught somebody on somebody else's plot. So I'm going to have a little chat with them later on to find out exactly what they were doing. Right, Martin's working away. He won't know I'm here. You can hear the saw going. Now then, Martin, you alright, mate? I'm just walking round here. Did you? Yeah. Old timer, mate, you need to take it easy. I say you're an old timer, you need to take it easy. I say you're an old timer, you need to take it easy.
It's just catching up on me.
It is, mate, it's catching us all.
Yeah, but we'll get to it.
Of course, mate. I'm just going up here just to have a look at some of these other plots.
Yeah, okay.
And just showing the viewers.
I put bits up there and I put allotment site bin on it. So.
Brilliant, mate, brilliant. I'll speak to you soon. This is what I think. I think at the end of the day, this is the time to come down and do all that hard work. And you reap the rewards in the summer. I was talking to Graham as well earlier on, and he said, you walk round and you look at all the plots and you can tell who are the all year rounders. And as you can see here, this has got a yellow mark on the ground. So I think by the time you get all the wood out and everything off there and into the middle, you've got a pretty free run at the plot with the strimmer. But it's been like this for a long time. Just been talking to a couple of plot holders, and this has got the mark, and again, I think the worst bit of these plots is just the clearing. Once you've got it clear, you can get in and you can do a little bit, but quite a bit to do on that one. See, that's a ground zero. You take that on all day long. I love that. I love this polytunnel. I'll just zoom you in. Look at that. It's really good. Nice little window opener there as well, and double doors at the other side. Right, let's move on. The next one's not far, to be fair. Nice little half plot there. Yep, so here's the next yellow line. And to be fair, they've actually started to clear this. There used to be a greenhouse there, but that's now moved on to there. So yes, this is, you can see the bonfire, everything, the scrap will be all separated. I mean, there's a toilet there even. I mean, a toilet. It's surprising what you find on allotments. There's the toilet there, and over there it looks like the cistern. Why would you bring a toilet down? Gosh. But yeah, that bonfire is ready to go. So get that all cleared, get all this scrap metal off and in with the strimmer. I think these laurels need to come down. They don't serve no purpose at all. So we'll have to get into those as well. Right, let me get back to the plot. I need a cuppa. The sky is looking ominous. That's a lovely sound. Right. I will just and let this mash. Look at that. What do you think to that then? Fantastic, my daughter bought me that. Yep, that brings us towards the end of yet another video. I just thought I'd take you around and show you, so you've got a complete sort of picture of the challenges that we face in getting all our plots let. The work will start hopefully in earnest on Sunday, which is today for you, and once we start we'll just steady away, just work through them. I think I'll try and make a bit of an event of it. Get Martin, he's an ex-chef, so we'll get Martin to get the burgers on, or the bacon sandwiches, and a couple of beers afterwards, and just make it a pleasure really to do. Anyway, I am going to thank you, and I'm going to say the usual stuff. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Please like, share, and hype if you can. That would be really, really appreciated. Until midweek, take care. Hope you've had a great weekend. And finally, happy growing.